New Year, welcome back, and you join me today. You remember in the last video, or one of the last videos, I purchased this MN's 99S Land Rover D90 Defender. It's a fantastic little crawler for the entry level. I paid £44 for it delivered to my door on eBay. I did start doing a few upgrades on it because it's quite a capable little toy, but I found that there was a few bits and pieces that I thought would improve it, like portal axles and a few other bits and pieces. So I jumped online, AliExpress, started ordering a few bits, and I started putting a few bits together. I'll see if I could insert a little clip here because I was going to do a video of upgrading this. As more and more parts arrived, I made a few more clips and started to do some videos of how to upgrade this. And I thought, you know what, it's got to the point now that I've basically changed everything on it by the body. So it's a completely different vehicle, and I've got enough spare parts, or all the original parts, to rebuild it. So I carried on, ordered the last couple of little bits and pieces I needed, and I put this one back to stock. The only thing I've left on here is a little light bar. I don't think it actually works though. When I checked the continuity on the connections, it came up with an open circuit. So I need to contact the seller and see if they'll do anything about it. But it was only a couple of quid, AliExpress, so I'm not too fussed about it. The other little thing I put on this is the mud flaps. So you see on the back there we've got the little mud flaps with the Land Rover logo, and again on the front here, and they stick out quite nice and they look quite smart. The bumper is cracked, but I have got a metal bumper on order for this one as well. So I've left this one completely stock, put all the bits and pieces back on it, and I jumped on AliExpress and ordered some more bits and pieces, and we're going to go through and build a custom crawler today. So sit back, relax and enjoy, and we'll go through a few of the bits and pieces we've got here. Some fantastic alloy beadlock wheels. They're quite heavy compared to the standard plot. They're a little bit smaller. The rubber's really nice and soft, so it helps with the grip. I did use them on this for a little while, like I said. So we've got the alloy wheels there. We've got a servo, a receiver. Now, ESC. We've got the 40 amp ESC. This is all AliExpress stuff, by the way. We've got the 370 motor with the metal gearbox. I've got another receiver there to bind it with my tri-slide controller. That's a portal axle for the rear. We've got chassis plates, portal axle for the front with lovely metal steering linkages, and a reduction gearbox in there as well, so it reduces the top speed. So this one will probably be quicker than this one, even though this has got a bigger motor. But this is 3S lipo capable, so we can run a bit more through it, so we'll see how that goes. Metal drive shafts, we've got the chassis plates, and we've got our truck body. I really like the look of this one. This is based on the old Toyota, I think, pretty sure it is. It looks like a Toyota to me. Doesn't have an opening bonnet. I might see if I can cut the body lines and see if I can make it open, but it's then how to secure it again, so we'll have a look at that, but at the moment I don't need to. I'm still waiting on a few more bits, unfortunately. Sorry, waffling away here. There's a couple more bits to come. I did order the original set on the 10th of December last year, however when it turned up they were missing from the order. Contacted the seller. I'm still waiting for another set to come out. They're in the post, hopefully come this week. So as this video progresses, they might even arrive, and we can actually finish it off and complete it. But if not, we'll get as far as we can go, and then we'll come back to it and finish it off completely in the next video, or next clip in the video there. So going to move the camera around so we get a nice overhead view of what we're doing here and how to put this together. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, whatever's your tipple. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright guys, so the first thing we're obviously going to start with is the chassis plates. Now on the particular body shell that I'm using, the body shell is pretty much going to sit on top of the chassis plates. So one of the first things I'm going to put on are these additional metal shock holders. Now with the standard original plastic one, it's got a plastic tray that goes in the middle of this. which obviously then holds the plastic shocks. So on this one, I'm going to put these in now. Sometimes you put them the other way up, but I'm going to put them facing down because, like I said, the particular body shell I've got is going to sit flat on this chassis, so I don't want it to sit up. I must say everything's actually going together really quite nicely on this so far. So yeah, there we go. Right, so spin that over. So we've got the ESC put on top of this, but right now we're going to put the servo in, which is this one here. I opted to get a 21 gram digital servo, so a bit more powerful than a stock one, which is quite a nice little thing to have. And we should place it just in there like so. Really starting to come together already. It's not taking very long, and as you can see here in the background, there we go. Right, so that is pretty much where we're at the moment. So we're getting there, next we're going to put the ESC on, which is your electronic speed controller. Now this is a 40 amp ESC, again another AliExpress special. So you've got your battery, your motor, your servo, your connection to your receiver for your speed control to channel 1 for your throttle, and then we've got a little power switch as well, so power switch is going to fit in there nicely, hopefully. Yeah. Might need to shade. No, that will go in there, I'm sure. Absolutely beautifully. Can't, oh, I'm not sure if you can reach it though. Might be a problem. It's there, you have to use a little switch for it, but that's, I can live with that. So we'll screw that in there. We shall mount that on there. I think we'll probably get the ESC next to it. So hopefully that will go just there. The ESC will go out there. And that's that. So I'm going to button it up. I'll time lapse this a little bit because it's quite fiddly, putting the tape on and everything else and sticking it down. So just going to grab a cup of tea, set this up for a time lapse, and we'll film this bit in a minute. Alright guys, parts have finally turned up at long last, so I can finally finish this build, which I've been itching to do for ages. So these are the bits I was waiting for. I ordered them on the 10th of December, and they turned up, or they were supposed to have turned up with the shocks and the tie rods, but they never turned up. So I ordered a second set on the 20th of December, and they only arrived yesterday. So what are we today? 23rd of January. So it's taken nearly a month for those bits to arrive, but they're here, so I can crack on and get this done. So happy days to get this finished off, and there we go. So I'm going to switch it back over to the time lapse again now. I've also got some side steps which I'm going to be putting on this as well. Again, it adds a bit of weight low down, and excuse me, I put some oil filled shocks on this. Now they're very, very stiff, so I'm not sure how they're going to respond, to be honest with you. I might put the metal friction dampers back on, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let's switch over to the time lapse, finish this off, and then hopefully we can take it for a little drive. that was a very fiddly process putting in the tie links, but we're there. So the main chassis is now complete on the vehicle. So we're just going to plug the battery in and see what happens. So battery in, controller on, switch it on. Reverse. So we're going to have to go to channel 2, reverse, and now we're going forward. Right, so that's that. Let's pop some wheels on. I'm still not too sure about these shocks. There's not a massive amount of suspension travel, so I might change it for the friction ones. Just I think there's a bit too thick on the springs for the ones that are on there at the minute. Probably be more ideally suited for the Basher, little skate park HBX. They're that strong. Some of the geometry is a little bit out on this still. I'm not 100% sure. I might change it up a little bit. I might move the links to the outside of the chassis and the shocks to the inside. I haven't fully decided. If you look at the angle of those shocks, they're out a little bit, whereas I think if I put them on the inside, it might be a little bit better. In fact, I think I might just do that anyway. Personally, if that goes in there, that's going to be a better angle on the shock. A little less stress on the geometry. That's very, very tough. There's just not a lot of movement in it. There's just no flex in it whatsoever. That's what I don't like, is the fact that there's no flex. I think I'm going to put those on personally. I think they are a lot softer. So we'll change these back. But before I do, let's just have a little one. Excellent low down modulation there. Very slow. So it's not very fast. That's full throttle. but it's gonna crawl. Okay, so there we go. It's pretty much complete. That's the body shell that's going on it. Obviously you can see I need to change this about a little bit because that suspension is absolutely rock solid. It's yeah. So I'm gonna have a little fiddle with it, change a few things, change the shocks back over, and in the words of some famous other YouTubers, you might say boom and it's done, but we're just gonna flick back to it and we'll see it finished. So there you have it. One custom built crawler. Decided to go for the oil filled shocks in the end. The friction shocks were just too weak for the weight of the body. Once I put the body shell on, it was sitting to one side. So now, as you can see, we've got quite a good bit of flex in there. If I pick up that wheel here, you can see we are flexing a little bit. So it is doing what I want it to do. Same again there, look, we've got some good flex there before that wheel comes off the ground. Overall, quite happy with it. I've popped a little 3S lipo in there just now. That sort of makes a bit of a difference with the speed and the power. It's obviously a lot slower because it's got the reduction in the portal gearbox, portal axles and the gearbox, so it is a bit slower. But overall, the control on that ESC is fantastic. Look, lovely little bit of crawling, and it's definitely got plenty of power. Look at that, straight up and over. No issues. So overall, very happy with it. Hopefully in the next video we'll take it out and put it up against the Defender, which, by the way, reminds me, we've finished that one off completely now. So kitted out with some stickers as well. There we go. So we've got the Defender and we've got the Jeep. So thank you very much, people. Hope you enjoyed the build video, and we'll take them out and see how capable they are. Yeah.